Hola, comrades. We're back here at Independence Square, or better known as Grand Plaza, I guess depending on who you're talking to. And today, I'm walking up to what I think, again, is the highest point that a tourist can get to in Quito, which is a lookout point for a statue. I forget the name of it right now, but I'll check. I'm sure it'll be available by the time I get to the top of that. Excuse me. I don't know if people normally walk to this statue. It's a 200 meters climb. So I would guess that not a lot of people do it. And I know I'm going to be able to see it at the end of the road that I'm on now, but it looks discouragingly far away. But Google Maps says it's less than 2 kms. So we'll see. Luckily, I brought my sweat towel and my hat. I'm pretty sure that once again the GoPro does not show the significance of the climb. Compared to where I am now, Google Maps says that the lookout point I'm headed to is 200 meters above my present position. Now, 200 meters is not that high. I mean, it's not that much of a difference. But it happens within a distance of 1.8 kilometers. So if this were a straight hill, it would be a significant grade. But from what I read, there's a lot of steps involved. So far, I haven't seen anyone walking up this hill. Just me. Everybody's walking down. This must not be a popular activity. I think I've hit my first flight of stairs. Google Maps, I think, represents stairs. Let's put it this way. I hope they represent stairs on their maps with dotted lines. Because I was supposed to turn left here, but there is no street that turns left. There's just a flight of stairs. So up I go. In my quest to watch every single Everest Base Camp Trek video ever made on YouTube, I learned that each morning on the trek, you should start off walking like an old man so you can finish like a gentleman. I think I understand what they mean now. I actually did start off like an old man this morning, not knowing what kind of a climb this is, but it's quite strenuous. But I think I'm on the right path. This isn't the overlook yet, but I'm about maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way to the top. And I have a pretty good view of, it's not downtown Quito, but part of it. This is not exactly my favorite sign heading uphill. Well, bad news. I didn't make it to the top. I got to a park-like place that was just crawling with wild dogs. And every one of them seemed to spot me as I was walking up the hill. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm the only one walking up the hill. So I turned around, started to walk back, and then I got a taxi the rest of the way down. It's pretty steep though. I mean, we got some pretty good shots of the city just from as far as I did make it. So now I'm heading back down to the old town. As you might have guessed, coming down is a lot faster than going up. But I did see one person going up. I passed a guy just now heading uphill. He was the first one. I think it's about 10, maybe 10:30 in the morning. Well, I'm back where I started. I'm not sure what this plaza is called. I'm sure it has a name. It's big enough to have a name. What I'll do now is probably get back on the bus and head back to where I'm staying. Oh, coinage update. This morning I got rid of 11 more coins. Sorry, 10. I'm now down to a useful 1 nickel, which is 5-cent piece, and 1 penny. When you think about stuff like this, you start to wonder, what is the optimum number of pennies that you should have? If anybody ever asks you that, the answer is 4. Because that way you can make any kind of change that you can't make with a nickel or a 10-cent piece, a dime. 4 pennies. So if you have pennies and you think you have too many, if you've got 4, you've got just the right amount. On the side of this gate that I'm on, I'm in the old town. And as soon as I cross through that gate, I'll be in the historic district, which is also old, but looks much better. Well, from the looks of the number of the people here, this is definitely the time to come to Grand Plaza. I've been here several times in my stay here, and I've never seen it this crowded. Of course, I've never been here on a Saturday. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, Bill, how can you flat out say that 4 pennies are the optimum number of pennies? Well, think about it. If you can think of a way where another number of pennies is the optimal amount, then leave a note below. Prove me wrong. But until you do that, 4 is the optimum number of pennies, 1-cent piece, that anybody with US coins or uses US coins should be carrying. Now, to take full advantage of this, of course, you need the nickel or the 5-cent piece. But 4 pennies or 4-cent pieces by themselves will work in many situations. I'm sure there's a lot of people that I'm walking past that are wondering, what in the world is this guy yammering on about? You can barely see my bus stop down there.
Barato, viendo deportiva, viendo barato.
Okay, I'm about to board my E3 bus to head north. Quito, by the way, has 3 bus lines that go north to south. It's a very long city. It's about 45 kilometers long, and it's only about 5 kilometers wide. And that's because it sits in the middle of a valley. I've ridden on 2 of the north-south corridors so far. The one I use the most, though, is the E corridor, which is the easternmost corridor here, and I'm looking for the E3 bus. Okay, that'll do it for this trip. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Hey folks, remember, if you subscribe to this channel, all of your wildest dreams will come true. I'll show myself out.